Hello, everybody. Today we are reviewing Lego Avengers Mission Demolition. So, this came out a week ago, I'm pretty sure, and it's one of these Lego specials. So I never really reviewed the Lego Marvel specials. Last year they had Avengers Code Red. I thought it was okay. Maybe I'll review that in the future if this video does well or not. I don't know. But this is where it's about a construction worker who goes by the name Demolition, also Demolition Man, because he constantly breaks things. And he works for damage control, so it makes sense. But mainly, it kind of opens just like every other day for the Avengers. They fight I think it's the Frightful Four, I'm pretty sure they're called. Probably got the name wrong, but they fight these goons, and Demolition witnesses it all, and he's just super excited that he really wants to meet the Avengers and he wants to basically become a member. But after the Avengers get into a cool action scene, they take down the Frightful Four, but the damage is done, and so our fellow damage control people get to work. But this Avengers lineup, it's Cap, Black Widow, Black Panther, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, and this time Vision. And there's no Hawkeye for some reason. I don't know. But after the Avengers leave, I think our buddy does meet Thor for a little bit, and he's actually fanboying once he leaves. But they're trying to clean up the city, and that's where our fellow main character meets a bunch of other random Marvel cameos, and it's meant to be super fun. It's just like, what I like about this special, it's like a kid comes together and he grabs all his Legos in his collection and makes a story out of it. That's what these Lego specials feel like, even for the Star Wars ones. But we get a bunch of cool cameos like The Thing from Fantastic Four. We haven't seen him in Lego form since the games, and we don't even have a minifigure of The Thing. So it shows that Lego Fantastic Four is coming. We just haven't seen it yet. We also see an Invisible Woman, but she's invisible. We see Gambit. We see She-Hulk. We see Iceman, Storm. We see the Sectorum. We get a bunch of awesome cameos. So it's nice that Marvel's finally getting the X-Men in Fantastic Four. It finally feels like a big world, because the other Lego Marvel specials, it was either just the Avengers or Spider-Man, or sometimes the Guardians of the Galaxy. I think they only had one special, but Rocket and Groot show up in this, not the rest of the Guardians. So it seems like they're only picking, I get this sense that these Lego specials, they only have certain kinds of characters that show up. They insert which ones they think will be beneficial for the story, and it kind of just follows what current sets are coming out. So maybe that's why we don't see certain characters in these specials. It's really just what Lego trends, since this is meant to be like a giant commercial. But anyway, back to the story. Our fellow dude bumps into She-Hulk, and she gives him a ticket to Avengers Con, like Comic-Con, but Avengers, kind of like in the video game. If you played it, I don't know. But our fellow dude is happy, but he still has to work damage control. And that's where he meets his friend Terrax. That's what his villain name will be. But the two are decide they must clean the alley before he can go to Avengers Con. So what he's actually going to do is he actually lures Demo to a secret vault for the Avengers, and they find a giant vacuum that says Galactus. So people will probably be mad because they're thinking this is the version of a Galactus, even though it's not. It's just like a vacuum that says Galactus. But what it does, it's revealed that Terry is actually a villain, and who has called himself Terrax, who's looking for this giant staff thing the Avengers have in their little tower, even though they were putting a bunch of relics in their tower. But he's going to use it and suck in all the Avengers, all the heroes, so there are going to be no Avengers left. But that's what he does. He sucks in all the characters, the random cameo characters. They all get sucked in. But the Avengers do show up, but of course they are all sucked in, except for Vision. But his body falls off, but his head remains. And Demo actually takes the head, and it's only up to him and Vision to stop Terry, who calls himself Terrax, and even Black Widow makes fun of him for it. And for some reason, there's a random cameo of Tom Brady. Tom Brady's in this special Lego form. And it kind of reminds me how he randomly made a cameo in Ted 2. So I guess these two specials have something in common. But our fellow Demo Man decides to put on a costume. Who I honestly thought it was like a parody of Daredevil and Wolverine. But apparently that's what he calls himself. And he's now the Demolition Man because one of his neighbors who constantly picks on him, he decided to get that name because he's just breaking things. And he feels super insecure about it. But the Vision actually gives him advice about being a hero. It's about being who you are, doing the right thing. Like, it's not just all about being a superhero. So yeah, it's a nice little lesson for our fellow character. But the only way they can get Vision out of there is if they throw his head into the vacuum and he can reattach himself and just phase out and save everybody. But Terrax hears what's going on. But it's basically like a big goose chase for them. But that's where they go to Avengers Tower to find the remaining Avengers. But we get a bunch of more cameos. We get Wolverine, played by the awesome Steve Blum. We get Moon Knight. That's awesome. Captain America, it's the Sam Wilson one. Moon Girl, and I think that's Dazzler. She hasn't appeared in a set. We also get Daredevil. Daredevil in Lego form is awesome because it feels like it's been forever since we've seen Daredevil in animation. We saw him in X-Men 97, but that's the latest we've seen him. It's rare to see Daredevil, and I never thought we'd see him in a Lego cartoon. Because, Daredevil's more for adult themes. But Lego's always been planning to have Daredevil in a set. And he appeared on a Spider-Man set. But he's not in this special Spider-Man. But Spider-Gwen is, which is cool. But the characters come together. But unfortunately, these guys are all sucked in to the vacuum. But what happens next is, I think Demo actually froze Vision into the vacuum by being chased by Terry. And Vision gets his body back, and he's able to free all the Avengers and the X-Men and some of the Fantastic Four. And all the characters come together in one big showdown. And we also got the Punisher, who's surprising in this too. But this time he's not killing people. He's just a fitness instructor, which is funny. We also got Storm and Ghost Rider. I didn't name every cameo in this, but I think I got everybody. But they basically have a big, giant Lego battle. It feels like all the Lego characters are coming together. And we see the X-Men. It's very badass. And we get the song, I Need a Hero. I'm surprised they played that song in a Lego special. But they managed to take down Terry. And our fellow characters decide, sorry for that spoiler. But what happens next is they actually have Demolition Man become an official member of the Avengers, and his dreams of becoming an Avenger comes true, and that's the special. But before it ends, or this little special, we get a cameo of Lego Deadpool. We even got a name drop of him, and he shows up, and I thought he was voiced by Nolan North in this, but no, it's a different actor. But the She-Hulk and Deadpool basically have a little battle about who gets to break the fourth wall, and the two just fight. It's super funny. It's so cool Deadpool's in this special because he appeared in Deadpool and Wolverine. So what does this mean? Are we getting Deadpool in a future set of Lego? We don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. I know they're not going to do Deadpool and Wolverine since that movie's rated R. But maybe kids will buy it. It will be a good set if Deadpool shows up. I guess it'll just have to be a kid-friendly version that has nothing to do with Deadpool and Wolverine. It'll just be completely separate. But that's this special. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was nice. It's just like a fun way for our fellow favorite characters to come together. And definitely, it it was meant to be a toy advertisement for the latest sets, but that's what Lego does. It's not a bad thing, but yeah, it was just wacky. Yeah, there wasn't too much story to it, but overall, I think it was a fun little special with the Avengers. And for some reason, these Lego specials do not like having Hawkeye in it, even though he's one of the main Avengers. I guess they just don't like Hawkeye for some reason. It's a weird nitpick, but I don't know. It's just like I always thought Hawkeye was one of the main Avengers, but I guess they just don't want to have him in it, because I get it, because not every Marvel character is going to show up in these specials, but I don't get it, because he's one of the main Avengers, like I said. But I'd probably give this special probably a 7 out of 10. So it was definitely better when I was thinking. It was definitely better than Code Red. But maybe I'll review Code Red next time if you guys want me to. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Avengers, assemble.